Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Virgo January 26, 2022. And what if you just decided to spend your day daydreaming today? At the moment, you really seem to be living your life vicariously through fantasy, rather than face up to the cold hard reality of things. Your imagination is like a shelter for you that allows you to recharge your batteries and live up to the constraints of everyday life. Today you may be in an especially nurturing mood, and you might find yourself reaching out to every living thing around you, from plants to pets to friends, children, and romantic partners. There is, however, a tendency to be too helpful and supportive, which some might find stifling. Your loved ones like to see you relaxed and happy, so channel some of this energy into indulging yourself. Go for a massage or other treat. Live a little. Inside information may come your way today, which might start you thinking about improving your financial standing. You might hear of career and investment opportunities that you would never have considered before. What the heck, you're an adventurous soul. You might even consider occupations that would have your mother reeling. The coming months show a lot of promise for you. Good fortune is looming over the horizon. Go for it. Every time you make a step today, there is apt to be someone there reminding you why that way is not the best way to go. Heed these warnings. Also, remember not to shoot the messenger. Important information may come to you in the form of confrontation. It may be hard to take action today, since it seems like there is something blatantly standing in your path. Realize that it is very possible that the only thing standing there is your own shadow. To put it mildly, you are somewhat overwhelmed with what is expected of you. There are frequent misunderstandings, especially with relatives and friends. To avoid making the tense situation worse, refrain from acting in the heat of the moment. You need a great deal of time and patience for talking things over to clear matters up. You and you-know-who are really getting along well. It's amazing when you find someone who understands you on an intuitive level, isn't it? The big question is, what now? You come under intense scrutiny and react badly to criticism you might receive from people you care about most. Emotional outbursts lead you to say things you later regret. It is probably best if you try and remove yourself from any tense situation to a quiet place where you're able to reflect on how you feel. You may be seen as the party pooper today unless you do something to remedy your serious, practical tone. This is a day for light, social activities and fun-loving times spent with friends. Don't worry if things don't seem likely or rational. Sometimes it is the most unlikely route that ends up being the best one to take. Don't discount the fanciful and bizarre. Take a walk on the wild side. Friend 2, your talent as a visionary along with your original, unconventional character are held up by old habits that are coming to the surface. Being afraid of modernity which isn't really like you, and you need to take action, too, because you are very capable of reconciling modernism with a certain amount of social conformity. Be especially lucid and intelligent to counter these tendencies which are as odd as they are useless. Excesses in food and drink yesterday may force you to cancel a social engagement today. You probably aren't feeling up to it. This might be a bit irritating, and somewhat embarrassing as well. However, you just might have needed the rest even if you hadn't eaten too much. Make the most of your evening alone. Soak in a tub and go to bed early. In the morning, you'll be glad you did. Be calm. Don't get upset, don't try to force actions, be above it all. The vibrations will push you to calmly study the situation today. Put old ideas and relationships that don't help you in the garbage so you can go on more lightly. Make place around you without upsetting the order of things. You will thus be able to think about new projects. This doesn't mean that you have to run toward success, but to be ready for it. If someone has recently approached you about forming a partnership, it might be well worth your while to give this serious consideration. The energy from the day's planetary aspects is supportive of forming a successful partnership, even if it's not something you've ever really thought of. Sit down and talk with this person. Write out ideas and share plans. Explore this opportunity before discounting it. Trust in your analytical skills to see things clearly. Rebellious Uranus starts its retrograde journey today in the sign of Taurus. During this time, we can expect unpredictable changes to happen, many of which could rock and transform our lives forever. Your mind is receiving cosmic downloads now, so pay attention to what the stars are telling you. Your new spiritual beliefs are pushing you to let go of the need for materialism. However, your wallet might be tested because there are some items you just can't resist. Be careful about your purchases, and in the months ahead try to only buy items that are worth the temptation. Also, you're consuming your days defending the rights of others, which is marvelous and amazing, by the way. Giving more back to your local community and the world at large can help you to become the awesome visionary you were born to be. You aren't shy about letting others know how you feel about matters. Speaking up is key right now, but please be sure you know all the deets and tea on the situations and people you're defending. This will allow you to assert yourself from a place of power. In the morning, the Scorpio moon forms a trine to Mercury in Cancer, offering ease in communication. We are curious and inquisitive, likely to probe into people's backstories. This is a good influence for investigating the past without ruffling too many feathers. Rather than feeling intruded upon, others are willing to talk about the subject matter which would normally be kept closer to the vest. Discussions with family are valuable, as we can go deep without coming off as threatening or accusatory. Topics are addressed with a genuine interest in understanding others' motives and achieving greater intimacy. Shortly after this connection, the moon squares Saturn in Aquarius, and despite others' willingness to divulge what may ordinarily be secret intel, the answers we are left with leave us feeling a bit tense or upset. There is a quality of bitterness to this transit, and yet, we are aware that we ask the questions with full knowledge that the answers may not be to our liking. We might feel lonely as a result, and this would be an occasion to distance ourselves from others to sort through what we are feeling more analytically and objectively.